Good evening and welcome to the Hobby Corner with me, your host Kev. How you all doing? Can I just have 1 week where there isn't any difficulties with the technology at all? That'd be great. It would be absolutely grand. But yeah, no, literally I don't know what happened, but the internet just decided to cut out completely. And then Streamlabs couldn't reconnect to YouTube for like a couple of minutes, so it meant it meant it dead. So I need you guys' help. If you could share the link to the show to the Discord channels for me, and on Facebook, wherever you like, so those who will get lost can find us. That'd be awesome. Much appreciated. And yeah, we can get started, can't we? Void Captain throwing in a hello. How do you do? And how you doing? Painting Wookie. Thank you so much, guys, for still tuning in. I massively appreciate that. We actually had quite a few people in the chat, and then it just died. It was so sad. So I'm hoping we don't have the same problem again. But anyways, I have this Captain with the heavy bolt rifle in the Gravis armor, as you see, and I've been commissioned by a friend to paint it as a blood angel. So I've only done one commission before, and that was the same guy, and it was for the Ultramarine Chaplain, the Primaris one. But this time he wants a blood angel, which is fine. So we're going to be doing that. But yeah, I hope you can hear me okay as well. Let me know if the sound volume's all right. Yes, it is really me, mate. Hey, Badfish, how you doing, mate? Glad you could join us. So yeah, if stupid stream just died, it like the internet just died, everything died. So I'm glad you guys have found your way here. So I'm just gonna wait for a few more. Cheers, Bazooka. I appreciate that, mate. I got my little bit of thingamabob. Now, I really got to reorganise again. I had it all nice and tidy. All nice and tidy. There we go. And that's all a mess. Also, since you guys are here, I thought I'd treat you to a little bit of ASMR. You ready for it? Let's just turn the gain up on that. All the way to max. Who doesn't like hearing the bubbles on a beer, eh? Ooh, lovely. Hey, big friendly Wargamer, how you doing, mate? Glad to see you. Hope you're doing all right. So let me know what you've been up to this week, what you're working on this evening as well. Cheers, by the way. This is my bin juice tonight. Oh, really needed that. It's been one of those weeks where everything's just up in the air. So it's nice to relax with you lot, and yeah, let's see if we can actually play some music without the tinternet dying on us. Ooh, that's loud in my ears. There we go. Ooh, it's dramatic. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a week, but I won't get into it. It's just one of those things. I have been fighting with a toilet at work. It's such a silly image in my head. Literally punching, just punching away at the toilet. You bastard. But I was doing my maintenance shift on Thursday for the care home, and I had to fix the leaky U-bend bit. So essentially you got like a rubber ring that connects it to the rest of the tubing, and then you got the U-bend bit that feeds into it. And of course, over time, the toilet's gotten loose and it's wiggled around and stuff, and it's come forward slightly. And I discovered that the cistern on the back hadn't had any screws holding it against the wall, so that weight wasn't helping either. So I had to shove the whole thing back slightly so that I could screw the whole, you know, like the little holding points into the wall just to keep that firm. But as I moved it ever so slightly, the plastic tube that goes from the mains into the cistern, well, where it connected on the little stop turny bit, it snapped and the whole thing just everywhere. So I had to switch off the water. I had to try and figure out how to fix that. So I sorted out the cistern so that didn't move. I tightened up, because underneath the cistern at the back of the toilet you got these little twisty bits that tighten the cistern to the bowl. So of course did all that to make sure that doesn't wiggle around much. I can't do anything about the screws that anchor it to the ground because they're rusted to hell, and they're bent as well from where it was wiggling around, and I can't get them out. So that was the best way I could hold it in place. Then I had to go to the B&Q, get the replacement parts that I needed, which took forever. And I got back, fixed it all up. I put tons of silicone gel everywhere as well, just to keep the threading waterproofed so the water doesn't drip through. Still found a way to drip through, as I found out the next day. So I've had to rejig it all, fix a few things. I had to make a ball cock as well out of some scrap. It was good fun. Almost broke my back fighting with it, but you know what? I feel like a better man for it because I learned a lot. I even sliced my finger. That's all good though. I'm good. And I conquered it. So yeah, I had to do the second half of my maintenance shift today. You know, like the alarms, the water testing and all that stuff. So it was good fun in the end. We got there. But anyways, enough of me. Let's have a look and see who's got in the chat, because the chat's lit up now. How you doing, man? So we've got Total Nova. Hey, you found your way here. Thank you very much. The Paint Wookie, I have a free house, no wife, no kids until tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Can we get the rock on sign in the chat right now for Wookie, Mr. Wookie, right? Or even the fire. Put the fire in the chat. Ah. Doesn't it feel so good, man? Doesn't it feel so good? You can love your kids and wife so much, but sometimes a man just needs a little space, you know? We were hunter-gatherers for a long time. We were out in the wilderness doing what we did for a very long time before we became domesticated. It's only natural to want a bit of space. Kev, do you know how odd that sounds? Yep, I do. Kev's toilet. That means hobby, and more hobby, yeah. Tempted to do an all-nighter. Ooh, nah, don't exhaust yourself, mate. Don't exhaust yourself. Pretzel in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. I mean, that needs animating. Can you imagine just like you know, like little stop animation of me just going ah! We got Lupus Canis in the chat as well. How you doing? I hope you're alright, mate. Were you still holding the parts when you went to B&Q? The parts that I needed, yes, because, you know, otherwise I wouldn't have known what bits I need. Kev the plumber, can he fix it? No. That's pretty much it. I'm just hired to put a band-aid on things, you know. I'm not there to give a professional fix or anything. I'm literally there to just fix things until they break again. And that's it. Temporary fixes. Yeah, everyone's lighting up the chat for Mr. Wookie. I'm making a visor for my heavy chainsaw maniac. Whoosh! Look at you, Mr. Boy Captain Bazooka, with your fancy work. Anyways, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video if you haven't, or share the stream as well, getting many people in. I am going to need some of your help as well, chat, because I haven't painted a Blood Angel before, ever. All I know is that I need to start with Mephiston Red. I'm not doing the classic paint scheme. I need to do the updated paint scheme, which is the darker red, not the orangey red, and the gold trim. With some black details, I believe it is. So, yes. I think we'll just get right into it. Mephiston Red, let's do it. Alright, I need my brushes. I ain't got my brushes. It's a painting show and I ain't got me brushes. I got my brushes and a bit of string. I don't know why I forgot a bit of string. Little bit of string, a little straw, a little thread, a little bit of string, a little straw, a little thread, string, straw, thread, string, straw, thread, string, straw, thread. I'm not gonna paint it red and white. Get out of here. Okay. I'll be back in half hour. I'm just taking the toilet for a walk. I'll do a brown first, so that the red is more potent. Surely I'll just go. It's not a case of I need like a like I said, it's a dark red that I need, a nice strong dark red. So I don't know. I know you have, Mr. Big Friendly Wargamer. Paint the islands is green, job done. Pretty much. A Celestial Ballistica. A Ballistica? Blister. I can't bloody remember what it's called. Got your Wolf Prime from Grim Skull. Nice. Kept the bodger. Can he bodge it? Yes, he can. Yes. Right, Mr. Friendly Wargamer, would you start with Mephiston Red? I'm thinking it's a nice little shortcut. I mean, like, I'm glad to be proven wrong. New boss do for your 30k wolves. Whoosh. Alright, let's get it on. So here's the messy stage. No, I'm not gonna add water. Overbrush time. Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. That looks sick. Hang on. Okay, it looks like it's just been lit up by a red light. Could you imagine if I did leave it like that? I don't think he'd be happy. I'm gonna leave the recesses as much as I can. And the hard shadows. Because that just makes more sense. Why try and paint somewhere you can't see, or the natural light won't be? On it to paint what you can't see, or where the light won't be. Just need to paint what you see. The singing is free. My singing is like the equivalent of unhelpful advice. You know, you never ask for it, but you get it anyway. That's better. Boom, shakalaka, ding dong. Okay, while that dries, it's quite warm in here tonight, so paint should dry quite quickly. Someone says, thin your paints. And I say, no, Mr. Duncan. With your little meme-worthy saying, too thin coats. No, I dry brush it. I overbrush it. I do it straight from the pot. No rinsing whatsoever. Nice and thick. I don't even thin it out. Beauty. Still comes out like butter. Nice and creamy. Creamy. Creamy like butter. I'll put it on my toast. Right, what we got here? What we got here? Didn't you hear Boo's the new red? Let's see how those spell drawings. I would, but I spray it, then coat it again by brush. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no, to answer your question, from the failed stream, I'm as well as a fireworks show. Aha. What got here? Brett's just stop it. There's enough bloody Smurfs about. No, you can never have too many Smurfs. What are you on about? Who put you in charge of the Smurf Brigade, eh? There's always room for more Smurfs. Yes, Pretzel! Lupus coming of the heretic! Ah! Exterminatus! 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 Like 3 presents to get, and ooh, nice. Who's finished Christmas shopping? Barely even started, mate. Got the tree up. Yeah, Void. Hey. Oh god, anyone who's got the tree up now, you just needs a bit of need a bit more going on in your lives, man. Obviously. There's too much. Right, so now I'm going over with another coat, but I'm doing this more on the main bits, less in the recesses. This is more of an over brush now. And that's just to achieve something, I don't know. I can only blag it so much, can't I? I got the camera in way too tight. Way too tight. Tight. I like it extra tight. Just wrestle with the camera for a bit. Right. Okay, so that's the red done. I'm just gonna dunk that in there and forever stain this colour into the water. Rob Evans in there, chat, with his Superfly. It only needed the red gobbo. Oh, fair enough. How you doing, Robert? Hope you're all good, man. How goes Chill Town? We're all pretty chill at the moment. Got a beer. Painting Blood Angels, much to Spud's disdain. Tree going up this weekend. Happy wife, happy life, mate. Yeah, but sometimes you got to put the foot down now. Come on now. Come on now. Can't be doing that. Anyways, if you haven't hit the like button already, give it a smash. It means that the magic algorithm will make my video pop up for anyone who's just bored and scrolling through YouTube right now. And we might get some more people joining us, which would be awesome. We want our little hobby corner to grow, don't we? The more the merrier. Okay. Right. I need to open something. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Starting with the movies. Well, I mean, you can't avoid that, to be honest. That's fine. I'm not mad with you about that. Alright, let's see. Straight to Fire Dragon Bright. Yeah. And then Leia again with Evil Sun Scarlet. That's the wrong way round. That's very wrong. But anyways, because of the way I've overbrushed it, I don't think I'm going to need to do that whatsoever. What I'm going to do is, where are we at? With the brushes. Yeah, I'll use this one. Get some more Mephiston Red. Alright, there we go, I can see the chat better now. And we've got some Rider. There we go. I'm not adding yellow because it could just give a weird off color, but since I'm going to be highlighting with Wild Rider anyway, it's made more sense to have it as a medium, sort of a part way. Of your neighbours have decorations up on their trees already. Tell them, go away. Oh, see, I'm not in a habit of buying new decorations every year. I'll just keep hold of them until the next year. Even the cheapy little Poundland ones. and just save a bit of money in the long run, really. Oops. There's fingertips, fingertips, fingertips. So, what's the latest hobby news that we've got? Oh, Goblin Crafts in the chat. How you doing, bruv? I have a cat, so no Christmas decor. Plus, you're Scrooge. Ah, bah humbug to you. Hope you're doing well, mate. Let us know what you're up to tonight. I'm gonna have to shade in there, aren't I? Ish. Didn't want that to happen. Can always tidy it up after later. It's gonna look like a right mess for a while, but I'm confident that the process will yield something of a decent result. The person that I'm doing this for isn't a hobby, you know, a hobbyist. The chaplain that they got before was a gift, and they just liked having it on the shelf so much they wanted to have another one. And when they went into the Games Workshop, they saw this and were like, yeah, I want this. And yeah, they're like, I want to get me to paint it again. Like, I was proper chuffed by that, because that's quite a little compliment, really, because I did work hard on that one. Like to get the weathering right and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I want to do right by him again. He's put his faith in me, so but this time I'm not told to do it like the box art, so I have a bit more freedom. The fuck is this mumble rap BS? Next. Ain't having that on there. You got your new prescription, had a dirty takeaway pizza, hung out in VR with some Americans. Oh, that's a nice way to spend some time, man. And we've got the Karen Commissar lurking away in the chat. How you doing, mate? Glad you could be here. It's rare that you stick around these days, mate. So glad you're here. I mean, we just went to a right depressing song, didn't we? Jesus. I mean, it's chill, but it's still a bit of a downer. Alright, that looks decent enough, doesn't it? Shoulders are going to be... And I don't mind being a bit messy because I can tidy it up with the next lot of highlights and that. It's looking better already. Yoish. Let's see. Is Kev a bit quiet, or is it his tech? It could just be because the music's up a bit. Hang on. And I've turned the gain right down, so there you go. I hope you can hear me all right now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you listening? Are you listening? Where are we going with the chat? Went for a mixed meat kebab and chips. Ooh, nice. Your TV is on 16 and that's normally okay, but Kev does seem a little quiet. Ah, I do apologise. I got a bud at the moment. Downloads are good when you're down, I suppose so. You love Radiohead. Who doesn't like Radiohead? It's impossible not to like Radiohead. There's a song for everyone. No alarms and no surprises. No alarms and no surprises, please. Banging tune, right? To be fair, I'm usually a little bit quiet anyway. Takes a lot to get me very vocal. Usually it's when I'm being accused of fixing the dice rolls. You know, like I'm not a man of honor. It's got a nice dirty look to it as well. I like that. Even though, hey, Tabletop Ready Minis, how you doing, mate? Just pop in and say hi and drop a like. Ah, man, you rest up, mate. You rest up. Hope you had a good week, though, mate. Some people have this theory that you get the virus from them. Oh dear. Are you talking about the Corona beer? What's that hook thing again? Oh, it's a finger rest. Though this is a large one for larger miniatures. You can have a smaller one. But this is a Get a Grip from Garthy Everington, aka Garthy. He sells them on eBay, and it's actually really cool. It comes with lots of little clasps and stuff, so it fits different base sizes, and it comes with cork as well. It's pretty handy actually. Yeah, alcohol kills viruses. Must be mistaken. Gotta test all frequencies. Medical bud. Very underappreciated, yes. You've been painting all day with Metallica on. Nice one, Big Friendly. Oh man, I ain't gonna get any painting done if I keep up with the chat. Kev's like it dirty. I don't drink booze anymore, not because I had a problem, just prefer vaping, ganj. Fair enough, man. We all need that outlets, don't we? Yeah, Mr. Wookie with the beer. You know what? Throw in the beer emoji in the chat. Go on, go for it. With a little clink. So I don't have to worry about the back of the head because that's all going to be covered up. Alright, I'll be shading this, so take out some of that messiness. Alright. Let's go for a second more refined highlight of that, but with a bit more of that in there. Ah. Still at the bin juice mug, of course, man. It's the official mascot of the show. Every live stream, mate, it's got something in it. And for those who are wondering, it is this Goblin Crafts that I've been telling you about, who was the absolute legend and got it for me. So big love to that dude. I love how like dirty this armor is coming out. Dirty. You dirty dog. Bloop, 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 bloop. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm open to all commissions as well. So if anyone wants the chance to say, hey look, I had the hobby corner do a commission for me, he painted this for me and it was at a bargain price of a pack of mints and a tin of beans, then but you can always contact me. Got something specific that you think I could do justice? I'm open to anything, any kind of miniature, faction, color scheme. Because I want to broaden. I want to be able to broaden my my scope of painting. It doesn't have to be Games Workshop stuff either. I want to sort of experience painting other stuff, and I think one great way of doing that is sort of doing commissions, because you can't always just buy and paint stuff from all over the place, because you know, it's money and it's time. You know, sometimes you don't have the money, sometimes you don't have the time. And if you got a commission, then you get to do something different every time that you normally wouldn't have got yourself. Which is, you know, it's a learning experience, and you also, you know, you get to spend a bit of time that on that thing as well, because of course someone's paying you to, but like, yeah man, I like the idea of it. Nowhere would I be professional. and you all know my limits and my strengths. You've seen what I can paint in regards to blending and that sort of stuff. That's coming out all right though. Just wish it wasn't so washed out on the camera, because it's actually a bit darker than that. Hang on. Let's have a look. Figure the video. Oh, there's two. Alright, let's knock these. Ooh. It's coming out really bright on cam. Let's see, where's the saturation? There we go. Oh, the saturation's right up, but actually it looks more, it does look more like that. So it's kind of cool. Let's pop that and that back on. There we go. You get it. Alright, what have we got in there? I got a brewery not that far from me actually. Spud, how you doing, mate? No worries, man. Thanks for popping by. Hope you're doing okay though. Kev the bargain painter. How many blood angels can you get me to paint? How many do you want me to paint? Paint a cast of my member. Oh, that's something different. You might need a roller. I don't think they do them that small, mate, but you know. You have 2 rooms at home that need painting. Paint your shed. You have mints and a tin of beans. Hey Andrew, how you doing, mate? That's alright, you can join anytime. Out on a mate's birthday booze up. We'll rewatch. Ah, no worries, man. You have a good night. Raise a glass. And of course, get your friends to subscribe to my channel as well. Yeah, I'm just really raking it in now. Positive promo and all that, yeah? Alright, whoa, dear. I forgot. So this is a new concoction, so I should really. I forgot to put a little bit on here. Let's paint along there. Like that. A little bit on there. Just around there. And then I'm going to focus more on the higher bits. Like that. Again, it looks like a mess, but that's because I haven't got to the highlights yet. Right. I haven't got enough paint on that brush. There we go. Let's do this. Let's get it in on there. Nice. Alright. Super orange at the moment. Okay. Alright, I've done all of that as well. A little bit on there. Right, okay, it's time for shading, I think. Ain't no miniature, it's a maximature. Is that a word? Or are you just making things up? I thought Kev wanted mince. If yeah. So of course it's going to be Ultramarines. Unless I got any duplicates, in which case I'll make them Silver Templars. So that's my way out, sort of thing. So if I got anything double from the Indomitus stuff that I want to keep, I'll do it as Silver Templars. Yeah. Cool. Right. I need to shade now, so let's get our non-oil. This is almost dead. Let's just spill it out. There we go. Look, I deliberately spilled it. Woo! Because it's like, it's the end bit, so it's like if I leave it in the bottle, it's just going to be clumpy. My cousin just messaged me. Beauty. There we go. Right, so let's get this shading done. What I like to do with my shades is go real heavy. As you all go, as everyone here knows, I like to go crazy heavy with this shading and completely undo everything I've done, and then pick the worst off like that. Just wipe it on a bit of paper. I think with miniatures you kind of have to exaggerate the shading a lot more for it to stand out. So that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna pour it all on. You get a nice dirty after effect as well after wiping it off. Like that. Blah, 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 blah. La 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 la. There we go. So I just wipe it off from the flat areas because I don't want it to pool there. And any extra bits as well. But there's enough of a residue that it, you know, it stains it up, you know. There we go. I should have painted these bits lead belcher first. Ah, failed. Never mind. I want to finally do a Gobcast next year. Would love to have you on, Kev. I'd love to be on, mate. Just give me a shout, mate. Kev, did you decide? Oh yeah. Maximature is definitely a word. I'm not sure. So dirty-minded. You've talked about dirtiness 3 times. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Dirty. Right, there we go. Gonna ruin it all day and ruin it all night, but it's gonna look okay and it's gonna look alright, so I'll ruin it anyway. Gonna do it again, gonna waste my time with multiple layers. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. It just makes me so happy. Makes me so happy to do this. Oh. You know, like how each artist, like, or miniature painter has their, like, their signature, and mine literally is just smash it with tons of shade. Just makes me so happy. There we go. All I wanna do is ride around Sally, ride Sally, ride. Right, and I'm gonna scoop it back in because I'm an absolute nutter. Hey. Ever use a dip wash? Nah, that's just too much for me. That's too crazy. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm just doing this while the shade dries. Which is the point, actually. I was supposed to get some of it off the raised areas. I think a big brush would be better for this, but I'm worried that with the shade on, the bigger brush would be too abrasive and it would just strip the paint underneath as well. Hey, oh. That should do it. It'll also help it dry faster. No, I was going to do that, but I'd waste a load on the drip down, you know? So I'm gonna entertain you a lot by doing this. So come on, let me entertain you. Dip, 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 dip. Ah, forget it. I'll just have to funnel it. For the love of all that is holy on Terra. Oof. See, it's quicker, but there's just no fun to it. Come on, surface tension, break. I made it break with contact. Yeah. I've had that non-oil for too long. If you had a squeezy pots, you'd suck it up easier. Like an anteater. That is true. That is very, very true. But I don't. Oof. Nearly got more paint on it. Look at the brush. It really does need a good clean though, doesn't it? But it's still holding the tip so well. Absolute beauty. I have a psychiatrist ink blot test. What do you see, Kev? I could tell you exactly what I see. I see a kind of shark type fish. Get like the eye there, put some spots along there. Got the gills there, like that. Ta-da! See? Looks like a weird sharky fish. So there's the eyes, there's the gills, and it's got some spots. It's a sharky fish. You're not finishing now. I know, I changed my mind. Right. So what I'm going to do now that it's had time to sit, I'm just going to... Any areas where it's definitely too much, like the robe, I don't even need it on the robe because that's going to be painted something else, so I can just clear that off and then I can start painting at something else because it will dry quicker. There's lots of other areas as well, but I mean, to be fair, it's drying fairly quickly. Right. Let's refresh and see what they put on. Like a shark ate an inflatable my words. Like a shark ate an inflatable raft. Quite possibly. You can't see the splooge, but there's the splooge. Right, let's see what we end up with. So yeah, look. That's the eye. And you got the gills here. That's obviously the fin going along there. Now this has got a wide top fin. Yeah, it's not a pointed one like you normally see on sharks. It's a wide rounded one. And it's covered in white spots. Yeah, like that. And then the spots run down the back. And there's... That's its rear fin. And tail. A little bit there. It's his nose. You know what, let's give it a curly moustache as well. Just... curly moustache. Because why not, right? You saw a fish, you mean you saw Tau? Oh, it's debatable actually whether or not Tau are fish, isn't it? Because they got cloven hooves. So, that's not very fishy, is it? And the red is the blood in the water that attracted it. Exactly! Actually, you know what? If you like. Oh no! It's actually a person covered in blood. That's the dress. It's a dress. There's the arms flailing. There's the legs. The feet. That's all hair. This is so dread. Another redhead sacrificed to the sharks for being a witch. That's stuff we do. Tau are cowfish. Cow. Oh wow. There's so much about Kev's psychology. Oh, looks like a bomber with a mustache. Wow. Well, there you go, the ink blot for everyone, really, isn't it? What do you see in the ink blot test? Okay, so like it's still quite wet, so I can't really do anything with that. How's the face? The face is dried up. Ah, cool. I can get down to the highlight city where the paints are thin and it looks so pretty. I'm gonna highlight this mofo. Yeah, yeah. Got to do Wild Rider and then Fire Dragon Bright. Don't at me for that. And I'm gonna use my third brush to put paint on the palette because I'm an absolute nutter. But look how red that is. It's so vibrant. Right. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, and a little bit there, a bit there, on there as well. Cute. Queen of the Briar. Possibly, actually. Look what I did, I fixed it. Ah, nice. Ah, I went back in too soon. He said to her, Saved it. Oh. There we go. Jeez. That looks so bad. Right. So what's everyone's thoughts on the Christmas bundles this year? Do you think they're alright? Do you think they're decent? Value for money? What about the selection that they went for? What's your view on that? So it's quite an interesting selection, isn't it? In my honest opinion, I think the selection is a bit restrictive. I know why they've chosen those things. But it's just, yeah, I don't know. I think most of the sales for that stuff is going to be international, because a lot of people are already signed up to the Imperium magazine, so they're going to get, like, you know, all the Space Marines or Necrons that they want from that, and so I don't think those two bundles are going to sell that well. And then I do think maybe the Sisters one might go. That was way too thick. I don't know. Might just be because I'm not interested in the bundles. But even if I was, like, I got so much to do. I won't have time to do one of those. Who would have time to do it? What we going? Kev, is your new sidekick, little Archie Nutmeg, going to make his appearance tonight on his tricycle made of paper clips and bobbins? I have no idea what the hell you're on about, mate. Bloody hell. I'm not sure if it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't. I don't know. You're going to have to jog my memory on that one. You need to get in the shower. Oh, well, no worries, man. You have a good night, mate, and you take care, okay? And, yeah, man, I look forward to hanging out with you. Just waiting on the maybe not Horus Heresy box. I mean, they're teasing it very slowly, aren't they? Almost too slowly, I think. I think it might actually kill the hype themselves. That's just a prediction. You gotta remember, Horus Heresy stuff is still quite niche. You know? The people who are already invested in Horus Heresy, they're definitely going to jump on it. But newcomers, you know, people who are in the hobby but they're not involved in Horus Heresy in any way, that's the people that Games Workshop are going to try and convince to buy in. And I don't know if they will get a lot of people to start it new, because it's a whole new system to learn, different set of miniatures. It's kind of like you know, like back in the day when you had fantasy and you'd either start 40k or fantasy, but you always ended up dabbling in the other one. And I know you'll get people like that for Horus Heresy, crossing over from 40k, but I don't know. I don't think it'll get that many big people in, like new people in. I mean, feel free to prove me wrong. Hey, Bazza, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. With a possible Horus Heresy box, I don't think I'll be able to afford it. Just gonna wait until it's all available elsewhere as separate sets. That's fair enough. You're after the new Horus Heresy set, oh yeah. So are you in, like, big into Horus Heresy then? You invested in it already? I'm just trying to get a scope for you know, how popular it's gonna be. Right, let's refresh. See what new stuff they come up with. Okay. Ooh. Let's get these highlights done right. There we go. Alright, so that's that leg more or less done, isn't it? Yeah. A little bit in there, a little bit on there. Oh, so weird painting red like this. I need to sort out the focus though, because it's all over the place. Okay. That'll do. Just like the look of the miniatures and their plastic. That's fair enough. We'll get in the box set if it does come out eventually. Got about 8,500 of World Eaters and some Blood Angels already. Blooming heck. Blooming heck. That's madness. Why would you need so much? Am I safe in assuming that a lot of that is just tanks? Because I know they got some interesting vehicles going on there. Plus, you know, like the honor guards and stuff like that, I'm assuming are costly. And did you get Angron? And Khan for them as well? So I don't know. I don't know how the game's points are worked out. But I would assume that a Primarch would be quite expensive points wise. Yeah, but the Horus Heresy is all about Marines smashing in Marines and the differences between you know, not the chapters, the legions. I think that's where the variety is supposed to be. Because in that part of history, the armor is different depending on which legion you are. What you specialize in is vastly different, and all that sort of stuff. So you don't really need the alien races to be in it. Plus, let's face it, pretty much every race that the Crusade went up against got obliterated anyway. So I think stats-wise it'd be pointless having those alien races in there. Like there was a couple that put up a fight, but eventually they got done in. Alright. Getting there. We're getting there. Did I highlight that bit? I'm not sure. I'm going to highlight it again anyway. There we go. Okay. the focus, I'm sure you can just sense the focus. So I know I've been a bit quiet. Just H highlighting. Fuck you. Right, so got some super heavy tanks which are 650 or more points. We play big games at the club sometimes. Angron was the first mini painted. He's 400 points. Fair enough. No worries, Total Nova. The alien races would be in a separate way to play them. Be interesting to see them. Saying they got obliterated and pointless would be like saying it's pointless to play historical war games. That's true. That is true to an extent, but who's gonna want to play? I suppose you could say that about that as well. Who would want to play the losing faction? Well, a lot of people do, because they want to change history, don't they? And change themselves as commanders. I get it. I get it. I do. Alright. Seems weird not to have that bit there done. There we go. Blend that in a bit more. This tune is epic as fuck. I love it. Alright. Okay. I did miss a bit on this leg right there. There we go. Who would want to play the Sons of Horus, the losing faction? Oh wait. Yeah, I get your point, man. I get your point. I get it. Going in with the Fire Dragon Bright. Again, they're gonna thin this out because I don't want it coming up too bright, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Alright. Gotta be careful, but not too careful. Ugh. Grills are such a pain. Okay. I know this highlight is like super subtle, but it'll make a difference.
There you go. It looks so bright on there. Question. Any chance you could make a separate video on techniques such as wet blending, dry blending, and other techniques used to paint?
I could do. But there's just like a million of other YouTubers who could do it better than me. Who've done it. You know what I mean? I don't know how I could, in my personal charming way, add more to it. Especially because, as you lot know, I chat a lot of breeze when it comes to painting. Like, it's all guesswork for me. I don't actually know what the heck I'm doing. I wish I did. I just go with the flow. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it's a lesson learned. And that's kind of how I roll, man. That's how I roll. Okie dokie. A little bit in there. A little bit in there. There's a bit on the corner there and there. Alright. It's not too bad. Yar, it's not too bad. Alright. Let's go for another refresh. See what it comes up with next. Design and all, but each model painter has their own knack on painting and the way they paint. That's true. That is very true. And you know what? It makes me feel weird that you'd think that I'd be worthy enough to do such a thing. You know, like, oh, shucks. You know what I mean? Yeah, boy. Let's get these little corner bits here. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. I'll tell you what, here's how I do some of my best paint work, and at the same time some of my worst. I do it live on the internet. I blag my way through it as much as I can, and then get some help from the chat. But mostly I just blag it, and you know, dodgy camera work, poor lighting, that sort of stuff. It all helps make it look awesome. Plus, you get that extra pressure from knowing that people are watching. So you got to kind of do okay. bip, boop. Maybe a little bit further down the knuckle there. Just a bit on there. Go for that corner up there, there. A little bit on that corner there. Yeah. Definitely on that corner there, like that. Never be afraid to turn the miniature upside down as well. That's the key thing. You have to paint it upside down, you bloody paint it upside down. See, I don't want to do complete edge highlights because I find that a bit overpowering, a bit overbearing. I want to just be selective with it. Especially because I know I'm going to weather it up a little bit as well. There we go. This is another epic tune. Got a bit of the dub in there. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Everybody say "whoa."
You could start the video off with a bang by opening a tin of beans and a packet of mints. Let's just slap it on. That's pretty much it. Kev Slapper technique, TM. Just finished building 10 necro. Oh, you finished building them finally. I want to ask if you already had 175 of them on 25mm bases. Would you put these on 32mm?
No. Unless it was like a requirement to field, like if you're fielding all of them in a tournament, which you most likely won't, and unless it's an apocalypse tournament, in which case you're a nutter, and only if it was a requirement, otherwise forget it. It was like when people were rebasing their the fantasy armies onto round bases, and I was just like, forget it, man. Just what is the point? That's a lot of faff for no reason, because you're gonna end up just buying new minis anyway. So, no, it's up to you though, but I just wouldn't bother. This is getting in the way of the camera, isn't it? Just wanted to tint that. Didn't want to actually do a hard highlight. Like that. Just spread it out. There we go. It's a bit more gradual then. Nice. There you go. A little bit of wet blending right there for you. I kind of like it. It's got almost a cartoony look to it. Which, by the way, that is one painting technique I'd love to have a go at. A little bit shell shading. It's like you do some sick blends of colours and then you just do like a hard black border on all the edges. So your edge highlight would literally just be black lines. As if it was drawn, you know? Let's put a little spot there. There we go. Okay, I think that's the armor done. Like, well, the main red anyway. It don't look too bad. It just looks so contrasty here, but in real life, it's, you know, it's not so stark. You know what I mean? Need to find the colours for the pre-molded bases. Ooh, that's a tough job to do. So what's everyone's plans for this weekend, hobby-wise or other? I think I'm gonna, obviously I've got to work one of the days, but it's just gonna be a short shift in the morning. Then, oh, it escaped me. Then I'm gonna go see some family for the afternoon. And then I think on the Sunday we're just gonna chill. Because things are going to get hectic in the new year. So want to make the most of the time that we got. There we go. Don't edge highlight the whole thing. Don't get tempted. Leave it. Looks good. The white balance is off as hell though. Like, I'm not the only one, right? I can't put everything else on. Let's see. Let's try the brightness. And then get the contrast down. Oh. Right. Get the hue. That's too blue. That's too weird. Sort of about there, isn't it? So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Saturation. Let's jiggle this about. Hey, look, it looks great now. What about sharpness? Sharpness is a weird function. I don't see the point in it. Gamma. Oh, almost got it. Almost got it just right there. That's it. Yeah, that would help. That would definitely help, wouldn't it? Just get the white stuff out the way. Right. So I need to have a look at what captains look like. Blood Angel Farmers Captain. What? You guys in the chat didn't tell me that his helmet would be gold. You sausages. You absolute sausages. Hopefully finish off the heavy chainsaw maniac and start the next marine with a rotor cannon. Woof. Getting a video out tonight, maybe tomorrow. Nice one, man. Shopping tomorrow, hopefully finished this model Sunday. You're working. Ah, no worries, man. I forgive you. Surprise. You gits. Absolute gits. After I did all that highlighting and stuff. It doesn't need to be gold. That's for veterans. Yeah, but wouldn't a captain be a veteran anyway? I mean, that's quite a rough job, but it's done, innit? Can you believe? Look, that's tabletop ready. That's not even like great detail, right? I'm not too highly critical of people's paintwork, but if they're going to charge 80 quid, you expect it just to be a little bit more crisp than that. You know what I mean? It's just base paints and shade and a little bit of highlight, edge highlighting on the cape. That's it. And you want 80 quid for that. Wow. I don't gather 40k, so fair enough. You didn't want to spoil the surprise. Now, it looks orange, but it's sort of like a reddish hue. I can dial this down quite easily, actually. Not that one. Oh, which one should I use as a glaze? Cara Crimson or Cassandra Yellow? That is a dilemma, isn't it? For 80 quid, I'd expect my model to look display ready in a high secure museum. Nah, that would be too cheap. But 80 quid you'd expect more than just base and shade. You know what I mean? This would brighten it up. This would tone it down. So I'm going to go with that. It'll be that or flesh shade. Actually, flesh shade would be perfect. I think flesh shade would do better. Because it's a warmer red. It's not too dark and stark. And it's not orangey either. Yeah, it's helping a bit actually. Biscuits. That's what my kids say now. It's so funny. Just like, if something happens and you know, like how us adults we go, ah, fuck it. But they know they can't swear because they're only like 3 and 4. So they go, ah, biscuits, as like a workaround, you know. But I know for a fact that's just them saying, ah, fuck it. Oh yeah, that's doing the job right there. Nice. That's actually tying it in nicely. I didn't have to make a glaze. Hooray! I just used the shade instead as a glaze. It's my favourite way of using. It's my second favourite way of using a shade paint, is as a glaze. But I didn't even rinse it down. Like, I didn't water it down to make it glazy. It's because, you know, it's already thin enough, you know. Sweet. Right. Screw it. He's still gonna have a red helmet. But what I'm going to do is make sure all of the details are gold, so there's no mistaking. Alright. You're going to wait until the end to tell you some Blood Angel captives will go on armor. Yeah, but he asked for red armor anyway, so it's fine. Crimson Red. I don't do Primaris versions of proper Marine ranks, so I didn't know what you're painting. Ah, that's fair enough. Yeah, what I'm going to do is all the trim. And I'm not, like, you know, he's got the little skull bit on his helmet as well. That's all going to be gold. So, need to start working on some of that gold. So, alright. Let's get our Retributor. Retributorama. Yeah. Actually, before I do that, you know what? I'm gonna make an effort for this guy. And flash. No. I'm gonna paint all the areas that are gonna be gold in Rhinoxide, just so there's a nice warm base color. Well, actually, I wouldn't say it's warm. It's not really warm, is it? But it's not black. I think that will help with getting that gold on a bit easier. Okay. So it's going to be this pendant. There we go. And the Aquila on the chest, definitely. Mm-hmm. It's still a little bit moist, but it will do. And we'll get the cross guard of that sword as well while we're at it. No, I'm not going to do non-metallic metal. Forget that. Get that nonsense out of your head. I tried non-metallic metal once, a couple of times actually, and it's a lot of faff, and it's tough to pull off. And to be honest, I think unless you're doing like a really, really arty piece, like a proper arty display bust or something, there's absolutely no need to do non-metallic metal. Unless you're just doing it to flex. But it just doesn't look quite right on miniatures anyway. I think the scale is off. But on like busts and stuff, I think it looks better. So one day I might try a bust as well. Who knows? Until then, I'm gonna stay away from doing non-metallic mouse. Right. So did anyone watch any of the Children in Need stuff today? I caught a bit of it before I'd start setting up for the show and that. But yeah, it looked alright. They were saying that they're not doing all-nighters anymore. They're just sticking to like a 3-hour show, which, to be honest, I think is much better anyway. Because it used to go on and on and on, didn't it? And most people would tune out by 11, 12 o'clock, maybe, you know? So I'm glad they made that decision. Right. Because of the way the armor is, you know, like you got the cape going over that shoulder. What I'm gonna do is give this a gold trim as well. Just to try and break up that red. There's not any real rhyme or reason, to be honest. More or less go for what would look cool, you know? What would make it look good in a cabinet. Now all of those bits done then. I'll get the Aquila on there as well while I'm at it. Mwahaha. Alright. That's obviously going to be all gold. Yeah, cool. And get that little skull bit there as well. Right, so that's that done. Alright, man. You have a good night, mate. Cheers for popping by and hanging out. Oh, big loves, man. Big loves. Oh. Oh, dear. Where's the time? It's 11 o'clock already. Crikey. Alright. So what I'm going to do is just quickly throw down the gold and then I think I'm going to call it as well. So, good old Retributor. Right, I don't want to thin it because if I thin it, it can split a lot of the time. But yeah, you just make sure you don't get too much on the brush so you got control over it. And instantly you get a different quality of gold. There we go. Nice. coming together. I think one more evening I can get it mostly done, and then an evening to do the base and the weathering. Can have it looking sick in no time. I like the detail on this miniature. It's actually got quite a fair bit of detail on it. I mean, it's an absolute pain in the ass to paint, but at the same time it keeps it very interesting. Yeah, no, I think this is gonna come out alright. I think it's gonna be alright. It just takes some time, little bit of pain in the right old place. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright. Okay. Now the chesticle. So I want to be super careful not to get it on the red bits, and currently surrounded by all the red bits. It's all about brush control, that fancy thing that people talk about. It's all about how well do you know your brush and the paint you're using. Have you got enough support going on here? Got the right angles and stuff, you know? Yeah, see, it's coming along. I knew what I was doing all along. I had you all fooled. I even had myself fooled a little bit. That's how good I was at fooling everyone. Right, now very carefully at the shoulder. Oh, different gear TV sliding in there. How you doing, mate? Was watching on the sly. Ah, I'm a hobbyist, get me out of here. The new series where hobby YouTubers camp out in the woods or a IKEA car park, completing challenges and tasks. Oosh.
Hope you're doing alright, mate. You always pop in almost as I'm about to finish the show, or close enough to it. Those pesky time zones, eh? Who needs them? Oh, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. That way. That way. Eek. Wasn't careful enough there. Okay. And that gold breaks up nicely. It's not too much of it as well. Yeah, boy. Bang it. And of course, just got a little bit here. And I've got the reliquary. Do that rough just to give it a bit of texture. There we go. Easy peasy. Right. David Filippi. Guys, you're coming in so late. Where were you earlier? Make sure you throw down a like, by the way. Yeah, you got to make up for the fact that you come in so late. Alright, so this is what I've worked on so far. Got some really interesting highlights and colours going on there. Kept it fairly dark. I haven't gone crazy with the edge highlighting either. I kind of kept that as subtle as possible. There's a little bit of tidying up I need to do with that, but that's most essentially done. And now it's just about filling in details. And of course I got told only mere moments ago that the Blood Angels captains have gold helmets. That's fine. I've given him the old gold skull dot there anyway, so it's fine. And I've given him enough gold details. So, you sods. You blame work, the kids, and the dogs. Ah, don't do that. I was fascinated by Kev's concentration. He's communicating mentally. Exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, my concentration meant dick though, because I still spilled over with the gold. I don't know how I did that, but screw it. That's tonight's bit done, and then I could do a bit more tomorrow night. I got another video. Let's just change this over actually. Oof, there we go. So I got a video to put out tomorrow. It is going to be the issue 9 review. And then I've got to finish off putting together the issue 10 review. I also got another video
That's very loosely associated with the hobby, but it was just fun to film anyway, so I definitely want to get that done. I'm going to do a very quick video on how to organize the folder, in case there's some people who are confused about that. Heck, I'll probably get confused on it, but it's just to help those who haven't done a collection like this before, so you know, it's just help people out. And I will be putting up a poll soon on the Buy Me a Coffee membership, so to sort of get ideas for future content as well. So if you want to have a bit more input on that, just hit that link to the Buy Me a Coffee membership. It's only £2 a month, but you get some nice exclusives and stuff, and it helps support the channel, keeps the lights on, the funky music going, and those magnetic dice charged. And of course it's got all the affiliate links and stuff, got all the links to the social media and all that, and I'm very close to having the Discord server up, so I just need to find someone who will be willing to help moderate, who knows how to moderate, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. But it'll mean that, you know, like, instead of posting here and there and everywhere, I could just post on there, and everyone who's joined in can just know what's going on. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. As I said, I should have a video out soon. So yeah, thank you everyone. If you haven't already liked, shared, subscribed, whatever, if you're watching this later on, throw down a comment in the comments below. It all goes towards helping the video get seen by more people, get more people involved in a little hobby corner. And yeah, you know what, actually I had such a really random thought, but you know how, like, it's sort of grown into, like, you guys being the Hobby Corner crew. I was thinking maybe it could be the Hobby in Corner crew, right? And that way it spells out thick. Like THICC. Let me so we can all be thick. I'm gonna leave it there. Oh my days. Anyways, big love to you all. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and don't forget, Monday 9 PM I'll have the playthrough for issue 9, so tune in for that as well. Yeah, peace. You guys, it's so confusing whenever other people come in and they hear it and they're like, what's this all about? Anyways, there's your polka. Big loves.